Hey everybody, welcome back. David Eon and the stunning Miss Lady Pop Hunter here in her whammy shirt. That sure cracks me up. Taking a look at some of our best pickups, if you will, from the past year, 2023. Not necessarily massive grails, although some of them are, but certain individual things where we got like the best deal, where we were like, wow, that's something I really wanted. The price is amazing, without going into prices too much, because we try not to do a lot of that. But we're going to take a look at some toys, we're going to take a look at some comic books, and we're going to take a look at some vinyl records. And they may or may not be valuable pieces either, but just stuff we got great deals on.
Or stuff we just really wanted and was able to find. And stuff we got ourselves, not gifts, that we gave to each other or that someone else gave us, but the stuff that we actually tracked down ourselves from some of the many shows we go to. And without getting into lots, because, we have bought out a few lots of things, like you've seen our vinyl record hauls and our, comic hauls that we've purchased, and that's too much to get into in a format like this. Right. We'll mention it, but we won't show it.
Okay.
We already showed it.
We already showed it. You can find it in the archives. And I guess we'll start with comics. We can start with comic books. I don't know if I guess I can go first. And this one is Star Wars. That is the first print #1 newsstand that I was able to find a couple of months back, actually. And I used to have a massive comic book collection. You all know the story. And I haven't had Star Wars for a long time. Came across this for a really, really good deal. And cleaned it and pressed it. And it looks really good now. So that's one of those things that I had been wanting, as well as a direct market and newsstand of the Origin of the Black costume, Secret Wars #8, which I also found really, really cheap at a couple of shows, just because, they were wrinkled and dented, and not anymore. Not anymore. I clean these up nice. And one more for me for comics. That's right. It's Alcoholic Iron Man, Tony Stark. You can't get enough of the bottle there. And it's a direct market because you see the line through it. And it is graded at a 9, but there is some potential here. Another one, this one slipped through the cracks on an auction. People were sleeping on it, and I got it. But this is one that has the potential to be cleaned and pressed and do even better as far as grading is concerned. So eventually I'm going to open this up. But, these are some comics that I found this year that I was really excited about. And I had, tons of others, but again, those are from lots, and those are some other deals. And you saw like our bin pickup videos from some of the shows. We found some great stuff in bins, but not anything that's like, really huge like some of these. That Tony Stark, everybody knows that. Star Wars, a very desirable book now. Those are some of the bigger ones.
Okay, and then it's my turn.
Yeah.
And I have some, I'm not big into keys and all that. I'm all about the cover, and if it's telling a story. And if you've been watching it long enough, you know that I love controversial covers with Ku Klux Klan, anybody doing suicide, Nazis, the Japanese during World War II, things like that. I love those types of covers. And I saw this one, I think I was watching someone else's video and I saw this. And so I love Batman, and you have the Ku Klux Klan, so can't get better than that. And I found this at a show. I wrote it down, is Batman Annual #2 from
Detective Comics.
Detective Comics #2, Annual #2 from 1989, and I just thought that was a good one. This one I also like is The Origin of the Eye Patch, Nick Fury in the Howling Commando, Sergeant Fury in the Howling Commando. So it was a grail for me. I mean, it's nothing major.
They're not huge titles, but it's not always about the price.
Yeah. I
love that one. That's a great cover.
From the time I saw it on a video, and I collect Weird War. So you have the soldier here, and he's drawing a picture. Then
of a body.
Yeah.
Basically.
Of the bodies, because he's on the battlefield. Then you have Death drawing a picture of him. And I just thought that...
It's clever.
It's just so cool. And I found this year at a show.
Yeah.
This is Iron Fist, the first appearance of the Bushmaster.
Who was a great character in the Luke Cage television series. From Netflix series.
That character did a good job, but I really felt they could have done more with the Bushmaster character in that show. They could have went deeper into his character and why he hated Stokes. What's her name?
Her name is Stokes.
Well, I can't remember her first name.
Yeah.
But Luke Cage wouldn't give the man a time of day to just at least let him explain what was going on. Now that's a Netflix version.
Yeah.
This is just a comic, but I really like the character, and I wanted to have his first appearance. I also have the Iron Man. Because I collect drug alcohol covers, the controversial covers with anything, a swastika, Ku Klux Klan, Nazis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Suicide covers, things like that I collect.
And that one is Newsstand and Mark Jewelers, I think.
Oh, okay. So we got a lot going on.
Yeah,
with
that
this
one is nutso.
Yeah. Black Panther. This one is Black Panther, and it's in a series of I think 4 books are in this storyline, and he's battling the Ku Klux Klan. I do have the whole set. I just pulled out one, but this is one of them. And in there, they have him on a cross. They got him hanging. It's just a lot going on there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I got Brother Voodoo #1. I got all the Brother Voodoo books this year. Yeah. They're still fairly affordable, so if you ever wanted to get it, they're still fairly affordable.
Tough to find in decent shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually found this online in an auction, and people were sleeping on it, and I was able to snag it.
Yep.
And then the last comic book for me is The Bane. Batman with the Bane.
First appearance of Bane.
9/4.
And that's a second printing.
Yeah.
Second printing. And it was sealed, and she had me open it. But
I don't care for all of that.
That's okay.
I just don't. It's just not my thing.
This is another one that they were sleeping on because the price that it went out at, it was just like, that can't be right.
Yeah, but it went out literally for the price of the send it to CGC and get it graded.
Yeah.
That was the price of the book. And I was watching it on bids. I thought, at the last minute it'll go up, but it didn't.
Nobody noticed it.
Nobody bid on it but me.
It happens. It happens. As we bounce around to toy pickups.
Okay.
Toy pickups, and we've had some interesting luck this year with that. I did get Thunderstick at a show. Mm-hmm. Really nice box. The flap is still intact. It's unpunched. Nice clear window. Sealed, of course. And Thunderstick is one of the tougher characters to find from the Mattel Bravestar series. And it really is an issue of just getting me one step closer to finishing that line. And got a really great price for it at a show. Guy gave me a sweet deal on it. I only need a few more pieces, but unfortunately, as you work your way up, and a lot of you who collect toys, you know what I'm talking about, as you go up the line and the more obscure things get, the more it's going to cost to finish, you know. And I was just happy to get a decent price on this, but you know, the next steps are going to be harder, and it gets slower and more difficult as time wears on.
Yeah.
Also, and this was at a show. This was at the Joe Lanta, right? I think with this,
I think so.
Mark's Safari Adventure. I got the Safari Adventure Crocodile and the Gorilla. One vendor had these. He had 4.
Yeah.
But he had the tiger and the lion also, and I already have those. But I did not have these. And again, that brings me 2 pieces closer to trying to finish that line. I only need 3 more items in order to finish off the series. And these are, again, you know, as you go up the line, it gets harder and harder to find pieces. These are not easy to come by in the box, especially not removed from the box. And I got a great deal on that too. He was excited that they were coming here, actually. He was like, I'll tell you what, I'll do this. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it. This was a big deal to me this year. And that is the Patrol Dewback. And this is factory sealed. Thanks, Spidey. Spidey helped me out with this.
Yeah, Spidey's Comics.
Spidey did. He's a good guy. Anything sealed Star Wars is getting damn near impossible. And I know it's all random because, you know, I take what I can get as far as Star Wars, trying to look for deals or good prices. And, you know, I totally got the friend price on this. Absolutely. I mean, sealed anything Star Wars, like I said.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal to me. The World's Greatest Superheroes Mego Batman 1976. And this is sealed. He's never been removed from the box. And look at the flap on this. Never been folded. No dented corners. Nice and clean. You don't find Megos like this anymore, especially not the 12-inch ones. Or I think it's a little more than 12 inches. But you don't find them in this kind of condition from this era. You just don't. And this is another piece, a dealer I knew at the show, I got the friend price for. And, you know, I don't have too much anymore Mego. I used to have a pretty big collection of Mego pieces. I don't anymore. So that was a really nice find for me. As well as, you know, I've got a few pieces here. These 2 were nice. This came from Retro Toy Swap. The 2 carded G.I. Joes. And these are like 1988 editions, so it's getting later into a raw repeater and countdown. And this is the free makeup repeater. He's got the little face paint, 1 application's worth of grease paint for camouflaging your face, and then the countdown with the free micro figure. It's hard to even find any carded micro figure versions of any of these figures. Another fantastic deal. Like the price that he wanted, I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I just want to get rid of him kind of deal. Okay, I'll take it. Another thing here that people haven't, and I got to do a separate video on this actually. This is a box full of Billy Blastoff. It's almost the entire collection. And they're still functional. Let me see. Did I take the batteries out? No, I took the batteries out. But, you know, the Billy Blastoff, little robot, and Billy, a little fat little astronaut kid there. And you put batteries in their backpack, and there's like a little gear, and the gear plugs into the equipment. So you plug him in, and then you turn on his battery pack and the car will drive, stuff like that. There's a whole box full of little accessories. And, I had said I try to avoid talking about prices and stuff, but this entire box full of pieces was $10. $10. And I've never really had a lot of Billy Blastoff stuff. So I was excited about that when I found it. I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding, that's all they want. I don't know what it is, I don't want it. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you luck out like that. Oh, this was a big grail for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this thing knocked me out, too. This is another retro toy swap piece. And this is the Remco Johnny Reb. The Remco Johnny Reb. Oh, sorry. Cannon. And it is complete. I've got the cannonballs in a bag down there. It's a pull string. It still functions. It still has the felt on the plunger, on the ramrod. It still has the original flag. This is very, very difficult to piece out. To find it all intact like this. And there's the cannonballs with the factory bag in there. Absolutely knocked me out because I had been wanting one of these. And again, another outstanding price on this. And I got to do a video where I demonstrate using this. This thing will launch one of those balls like 50 feet. 1961 Johnny Reb cannon, everybody. As I set that there. And then I'll let you take a whirl at some of your stuff. I don't have
that much stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But let's see.
I went too far.
No. Never. The Shadow. And if you've been watching for a while, David did a series of videos of still affordable toys from various decades. And he did 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't think he did 2000s.
No, I didn't do the 2000s.
And he showed the Shadow figures, and I collect the Shadow comics. And they're really cheap. I actually bought the whole set. I think I bought the whole set in like 2 lots.
Yeah, and I'll throw a picture up here.
And we'll put a picture up of the whole lot. But I got all the vehicles and all of the figures. And the lots weren't even $50.
And now's the time again, like I said in that video series, especially with 90s figures, as people are starting to realize and taking up more interest in those early 90 action figure lines.
Yeah. And then Captain Planet.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I actually watched Captain Planet. And it just hit me one day, hey, I want Captain Planet figures.
And they're not cheap, actually.
No, and it's 2 waves. This is wave 1, and then you have wave 2 that's like ultra expensive.
Yeah.
No, they're not cheap. But I was finding a few of them. I got a lot, and we're going to put a picture up.
Yeah.
And I got them all at shows. And, you know, if you go to the show, you buy a few, the people will give you a deal. But wave 1 is not as bad as wave 2.
Yeah, wave 2, because, you know, they didn't make as many. It's going to be harder to find.
Then we got Defenders of the Earth. This year, 2023, we watched the Defenders of the Earth cartoon. And it actually grows on you. If you keep watching, it's actually not that bad. So I went and got the figures. I'm missing 2. I'm missing 2 figures, but I got the figures, and that's it. We'll put a picture up of the other figures too, and then I got 2 more to show you. Okay.
That's another line she's been working on there.
Yeah, Beetlejuice. Is it upside down? Okay, the back side is upside down.
Yeah, it flips.
Beetlejuice. So I got a couple of figures from this line, and
that's
then
one
this
to watch too. I don't mean to run you over.
Go ahead.
But they're filming a part 2 with
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Yeah, he's in it. So expect the Kenner ones to go up. So if you're interested in that, now's the time before the film comes out and all the speculators want to buy it.
Yeah. So I only have a few of the action figures, and then this is the only play set that I have, but I'm working on that, and we'll show the pictures. And then one more, I got, as you know, I've been collecting the Batman the Animated Series and the 89 Batman, so I got some pieces from that, and we got a picture of that up. And then the last thing This right here I'm excited about, but I'm also upset about.
Yeah, we did a short on this.
This is Heroes of the Kingdom, and this is Mary, Joseph, and Baby Jesus. And I collect Heroes of the Kingdom, and now I'm only one figure short.
And these are Mego-like figures.
Yeah. So now I'm missing Moses and Pharaoh. And the reason why, this I got on auction. I was the only one that bid, and the price was dirt cheap. Now, on the auction, it showed that this flap wasn't bent. The box had a little wrinkle. And
it wasn't buckling, though. Yeah.
But when we got it, and we'll put up a picture of the packaging, the person took pieces of cardboard and just taped it around this. So now I have a bent flap.
Yeah, they just take a strip of cardboard and wrapped it around like Christmas paper, basically, and taped it, put a crap ton of tape over it. So,
yeah, I didn't send it back because this is a hard figure to find.
Yeah.
And then when you do find it, it's a couple of $100. I got mine for under $50 because nobody bid on it.
Yeah.
I was the only one that bid. So, yeah.
So unfortunately, they were just careless with packing.
Very careless with the packing. So, and that's all the toys. I did not buy a lot of toys this year, like in times past. I mean, I guess you can because I did get the entire Shadow. I got a bunch of Captain Americas.
Captain America?
Captain Planet, sorry. I got a ton of Captain Planets, Defenders in the Earth, and Beetlejuice, and those were really the only things I got. I got a couple of Batmans. Those are all that are, and that is a lot. So I guess I could take that back. I did get a lot.
Just not like huge pieces. Just but
I didn't get like the Masters of the Universe like I usually get, because I'm at the point in that series where everything is expensive. I got all of the cheap ones, so now
if you can even call that cheap.
I know. Now I'm at the point where you have to win the lottery to get the rest. So I'm pretty much done with that line.
I totally know the feeling.
Yeah. So now we'll move on to record pickups, vinyl pickups of the year.
And I've only got a couple that I'm going to show, because we've had a ton of vinyl pickups.
Yeah.
Most of it came out of those lots, but as far as just pieces I went out and hunted down myself and bought, there was a couple that I really had been looking for that I was able to find at the record shows, actually. And that is, of course, De La Soul's premiere album. This is a tough album to find. Even the reissue is like pulling teeth to find. It's just not out there. It's crazy. But I did manage to find the original 3 Feet High and Rising. So I was really thrilled to track this down. And then this one, which is the heavy metal soundtrack, which was an interesting story because, I went to 2 shows unable to find it. Okay, and then the one guy was like, I don't think I have one, but I know someone who I think does. And so went and hooked me up with the other vendor. And I'm like, that's going above and beyond to set you up with a sale with another vendor altogether. Yeah. Because, to look out for a collector like that is commendable. Is, a lot of people will be like, nah, I didn't get it. They just kind of blow you off. But I had this when I was a kid. I used to play the hell out of it.
What about your Sugar Hill Gang that you had to piecemeal together?
I forgot about the Sugar Hill Gang. But yeah, the Sugar Hill Gang record too. I got the one album that had like everything else. And then the main song I had to buy separately.
And then we bought out a lot, and it was in it.
It was in there. It was the whole album without having to buy 2. I forgot all about that. But yeah, that Sugar Hill Gang, I had wanted that.
That was funny because he went all over the place looking for that.
That's another one that you can't find. You can find like the DJ copies that have just one song on it.
The single.
Yeah, the single, and it's front and back, and one is instrumental, and you know how it goes. But to find one of their actual albums is not easy. But yeah, I went through all that rigmarole at the record shows, and then one of our lots had one sitting in it. Like, hey, that's how it is sometimes. But yeah, I forgot all about the Sugar Hill Gang. You're the one with all the vinyl. Yeah. She's got a ton of them there.
Because y'all know how I feel about my records. So these are actually the ones that I went out and got. Now, we like David said, we did get a couple of lots in this year. Mm-hmm. And they had some stuff in there that I was actually looking for. Yeah, one of them had almost every record that I had written on a list. But these are the ones I actually went out and bought. We went to the show and I couldn't find them. I looked for them at shows, couldn't find it. So then I reverted back to eBay. Good old eBay.
Yeah, sometimes.
So the first one, I actually just got this in this week. And this is, it was in a lot of 3. It was on bids. I was the only one that bid. Uh-huh. It's Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew, and it has, this one is the whole album.
That's a tough one to find.
Yeah, it's the whole album is hard to find, and I wanted The Show. He has a song with Slick Rick called The Show. I love that song, and this one is, I think, let me see, this one is The Show single, and this one is just Lottie Dottie. Is the single.
Yeah.
This one is the Dells. I like the Dells. I really like the Dells. And then it was so weird because I'm used to listening to the Dells when they're older. Like this is the older Dells. And then but they've been singing since they were young. So if you hear them when they're young, and then you hear them when they're old and their voices are kind of grown and experienced and kind of rough. I like them better when they're older. But I really like the Dells. I went to the shows. I looked for the record. Couldn't find it. Good old eBay had it.
I love on the back here it says, this album is also available on 8-track stereo cartridge. And it's from Trip Records. Trip Records.
This is another one. Golden Earrings. I went to the show. I went to every vendor looking for golden earrings. They only got 2 songs that I care about. Twilight Zone and Radar Love.
Okay.
And a couple of people had their record, but it didn't have either of those songs on it.
Of course.
So I went to Amazon and got the greatest hits. So now I can listen to all of their songs plus the 2 that I really wanted.
There you go. Oh, now, no.
Now I got to just hold on for a minute. Just hold on for a minute. Because this is Milli Vanilli. I don't care what people say about Milli Vanilli. I absolutely 100% love Milli Vanilli. Because those singers nowadays, they lip sync.
Yeah.
They do. They lip sync.
You know,
what's that girl? Lady Gaga was on the
flute.
Yeah, she wasn't playing that darn
and
flute.
She got caught, and she admitted it. Yeah. She was like, "Okay, you got me."
In the middle of the concert,
she just stops.
She didn't get canceled.
You got me. I don't know how to play this thing. No. I remember that.
And the songs are good. Okay, they didn't sing the songs. Whatever. Right. Whoever sang them songs sang that song.
I want to see a concert with the actual singers. If you've ever seen the documentary, it's like 3 old white guys. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
They were the ones that were doing the voices. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
And they could have sang and just had them on the front doing the dances and the movements and in the music video.
Oh my God.
But okay, they didn't sing the song. I get that. I admit that. I accept that.
Yeah.
But those were some good songs.
Sure. It was popular.
Yeah.
Popular stuff.
I hunted this one down.
Oh my God.
Cinderella.
Hair metal.
Yes. Nobody's Fool. I love that song.
That is a good song.
That's a real good song. And if you watch the video, the video is kind of mean, but it's a good video. It's a really good song. He sang it with passion. He made you feel that song. Every word, the inflections in his voice, you felt that song. Mm-hmm. Then, okay, hold on, because I got a bunch. So I just want to show you all of it.
Oh no, we found that at the show. I remember that.
Yes, we did. I like LL Cool J. That's
Bigger and deafer. That's what it says. Bigger and deafer from Def Jam Records.
This one I actually found at a show, so it kind of don't count for what I got going on.
She came across it by accident.
I did, because I was just walking around and the guy had it like on display and I saw it. And I was like, oh.
Other people were like, oh my God, yeah, you should totally get that. Because apparently it's not easy to come by.
And then the last, let me make sure this is the last. Yeah, this is the last. All of this right here is the Who. Oh, God. So this is like the Who, like Tommy, and that was their like movie.
Yeah, this is the musical, which is interesting.
And the songs are good. Mm-hmm. The kids are all right. Which one is this? Oh, Quadrophenia.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Fina? It's Fina. Yeah, Quadrophenia. The Who's Last. What's that? Meaty, beady, big, and bouncy.
Okay.
Hooligans. And By the Numbers.
And
when you listen to it, it's like a lot of these songs I knew, but I didn't realize the Who sang these songs.
Yeah.
And then we had one of the records, and we were listening to it, and I'm like, I know that song. I was like, what record is that? And then I didn't realize that they sang it. And then I went around, and I just, I started listening to some other stuff on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, I recognize all of that stuff. So I went out and bought the records.
You notice that's traced by number there.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been filled out because some of these people did it.
Mm-hmm. You remember color by numbers? Yeah. Or, what you
that's
call
traced
it? Yeah,
by
this
number,
is traced by numbers.
You can color it afterwards if you want to.
Yeah. Okay, and that is all I got for records. And of course, like we said, we got other stuff because we got lots that has some good stuff. I got some Elvis, a lot of Elvis this year.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Elvis and some other things, but these are the ones that I just picked out.
It just really stood out.
Yeah, it really stood out. So.
And there's other things, and like, the Sugar Hill Gang, I totally forgot, but there's other things that we might have forgotten about, but you never know. Mm-hmm. Just wanted to share that with some of the people that were watching, that watch the channel, and share the nostalgia and just the love of the hobbies. And ask, of course, hey, did you have any major Grail excellent deal pickups that you were like, oh man, I just got to get that? You can tell us about it in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got anything out of that, if you enjoyed taking that journey with us here today. Share it if you can, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. And if that is it, then what more can we say but thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.